Hello, it's Amy with Just a Little Ink. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'd love to share with you a card I actually created, casing it off of one I'd received from a friend this past year for a birthday. A great layout, and just loved this card, but I don't have that suite of products and wanted to make something, and I ended up using it for making both for my team. We do a project together all via Zoom because my team is scattered throughout the country, and I send them things and we do it together. And I also then used it as a swap, and so I'm going to show you that. It uses the Be My Valentine stamp set. So I'm going to switch my camera, get stuff set up here. So here we go. So it uses the Be My Valentine suite of products. Can't talk again today. Wonderful stuff. It's all out of our brand new January to April mini catalog. And if you were to order the suite of products, which I'm not using all of them, but if you were, you would qualify for an item right now out of our Celebration brochure, because Celebration goes from the 4th of January all the way through the 29th of January through the 29th of February. So you've got a whole nother month yet to be able to get products out of here. And for every 50, you get something, and then there are some products in the back that with every 100 you can choose. So a great product suite. I love this paper. I had actually picked it up, the paper, because it was used in our onstage, and so I want to show you kind of the different things I'm using. So I have a piece of Petal Pink cardstock. It's cut 4 1/4 by 7 1/2, and then I scored it at 5 1/2, and then I'm going to turn it because I want this fold over here. I also have a piece of Petal Pink that is cut at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, as well as, let's see, I need a piece for the inside. I've got a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the inside. I also have a couple pieces here. This is a piece of Sweet Sorbet, and the Sweet Sorbet is cut at 3 1/8 by 3 7/8. And a piece of this beautiful designer series paper with these adorable bees. This piece is cut 3 and 3 3/4, so it'll fit on the top. And then I have a couple other pieces. I have one piece of this paper, same paper stack. This one is 1 3/4 by 4. I have a piece for the inside. This is the honeycomb, obviously the same type. And this piece was cut 3/4 by 4, and then I cut a circle, and I didn't bring it out. This is from, and I'm not going to remember. It is from our Stylish Shapes dies. It's the stitched circle, and it's not the largest of them. I believe it's the one step below that. And from that same same die set is this banner, and so this is cut from the basic white. And then I pulled out a trio. These are from our 2022 to 2024 in color pearls. You could use the coordinating little set, but because I was making multiples, the adhesive backed hearts and flowers, which would be adorable. But when you're doing multiples, there's only so many of those, so I didn't use them. So without further ado, what I want to share with you, I want to share how I'm going to take the Happy Valentine's Day, which is stacked one on top of each other. You can kind of see it here. How you can put that across by eliminating parts. And so I'm going to use just the simplest thing. Most everyone has Post-it notes sitting around. So I'm going to take a Post-it note, going to lay it here, and it'll take probably a few of them. to kind of get where I need it to eliminate. But I'm going to come here, maybe, so that I don't grab more pieces than I want. Now you can also use your Stampin' Write marker, but because we don't sell our Stampin' Write markers individually, it makes it a little more challenged. So I'm going to ink it up. I'll need to be careful with how I stamp there. And then I'm going to take it here, and I want Happy to be on this end. Then I'm going to use from our Glass Mat Studio, I'm going to clean with my cloth here that comes with that. This Glass Mat Studio is something that is available right now during celebration as a host or as a join special. So if you want to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I tell people all the time, you may not want to do sales, and that's okay. The Stampin' Up! Demonstrator kit, the join kit, is the best kit that Stampin' Up! Sells. And you might find that, you know what, you've got friends who would love to order from you. So sometimes it's worth joining, even though you know you're not maybe going to even stick around. And there is no obligation. You might find that you really love it. And you will receive a discount during the time frame that you're an active demonstrator. I would love to talk to you if that is something that you're interested in exploring. I'll admit that when I first heard about it, I got the information and went, I don't think so. And it was later that I decided to join. So sometimes it takes a little time. So then I'm going to ink up. We'll see how well we can grab Valentine's here. I'm going to ink here. And I hope that I'm not inking up more than I need to be. I think I grabbed some there. We'll have to double check how well I'm doing. Looks like I've got maybe a little more than I wanted. How are we going to grab here? I've got to grab one more area. I'm doing it the hard way, which if you'd ask my husband, he says I do everything the hard way. So let's see if we can grab around that T and get everything I want inked. There we go. Now, a matter of cleaning the areas that we don't want to show. Because what will happen is it'll show up on our banner if I don't have that cleaned up. So I'm going to make sure that we are, I'm going to breathe on it because I got just a teeny bit. Well, easier said than done might be the answer for you. May have to grab. Yep. Gonna have to grab my marker. Hold it on just one moment. To be the one that does it that way, but I don't want to find us having a messed up banner. So normally the other way I'm showing worked. I'm going to show you that sometimes you got to just stop and cut your losses. That's where I'm at with it. I'm going to close my ink pad here, and I'm going to show you the other way, which honestly is the easiest way, and that is to use the brush tip. I'll bring it a little closer, and only to grab the word that I want Eliminating is one of the easiest and most basic of Stampin' Up! And any stamping techniques. So I'm going to grab just what I want here. And when I started, we only had wood mount stamps. I'm not sure I got my T here. And it was a lot harder to eliminate with wood mount stamps. Okay, so I've got Valentine's, and then I'm going to do a nice thorough cleaning. Make sure that got it, and since I've got some paper sitting here, I'm going to stamp onto it, make sure it's all cleaned, and then I'm going to come in and grab just Day. Again, using that brush tip on the side. You don't want to go up and down. So I'm going to grab here. But our clear mount, our photopolymer certainly are the easier way to do this. So I'm going to grab, see if I can't stick it low enough here, like so. I think so. That will work, and I'm going to clean while I've got my mat or my cloth sitting there. I'll go ahead and put my marker away. So you'll see that you can grab Happy Valentine's Day and have it go across versus being stacked up on top of one another. So let's show you how fast this card goes together. So we've inked our image. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to put this piece here, layer it on top of my Sweet Sorbet, which is the coordinating colors. All of the colors that are in these designer series papers are listed on the back of the packaging, which is a great option that you're able to then look and see. And then this is going to get stacked on top of my other rectangular piece of Petal Pink. And using the colors that are in the designer series papers is just an awesome way to go. So I'm going to grab my bone folder, attach this little piece of designer series paper. I liked those stripes. I'm going to grab, put it on top, and hold down just a teeny bit. There we go. I'm going to take this little strip, put it on the end, just a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to put just an edge. Come across like so. Attach in the middle. And let's see, I probably could have something on the inside on this one. Let me see. From this beautiful stamp set, you could do a whole lot more stamping, but may not. What I'm going to do then is put a little adhesive in the center, straighten that up. I'm going to angle my Valentine's Day, grab out, so where did I shove? There they are. I'm going to grab out my Take Your Pick tool, my favorite tool for embellishments, and I like the putty end. I know a lot of people do things differently. I like that putty end. So I'm going to come and I'm going to put one here. I grab here. Let's see. We'll hold on just a minute. I might put one over here. Then let's set this little bit of adhesive. Could pop it up, but I think to keep it a little flatter, I'm going to keep it a little less bulky. You could put Stampin' Dimensionals behind. I think I might have done that before. And then I'm going to grab actually Dimensionals. Pull some out here. And they're mostly out. If you're that way, guess what? We have an edge. So I'm just going to snip around the edges with my paper snips. what I found worked really well for this is I know that I'm going to come in, and so I'm going to put a couple here close to the center of here. So I know I'm going to cover these two up. And then I'm going to put a couple out here. And I found that that way I know I have it spaced. So I'm going to grab one here. And here we go. It's enough to get it to pop up. So I'm going to take off the backing. And I really liked how this ended up looking. Like I said, this was just a fun wow card. So thanks, Kathy. Kathy Howes. Be Creative with Kathy. She does great stuff. So let me come here. Sometime I'll have to tell you the story of how we met, which is just amazing. And it's been a great friendship ever since. So I'm going to lay it on top. So it attaches with dimensional. So you can kind of see if I move it just a little bit here. Kind of see how it sits on top here. And then I've got a cute, let me pull it a little closer to the camera. Happy Valentine's Day. And on the inside, what could we put on the inside? And I think as I stick this over here, I almost forgot about this lone little gem. I like threes, and that's why oftentimes I will use threes. So let me grab it off. Here we go. Put it on the front. Let's see, we've got a couple there. Let's stick it over here, kind of in between. There we are. So if I'm doing Happy Valentine's Day, I think that you'll always be the one for me. Is that what this one is? I think so. Let me take off. I think that's big enough. Yeah. And then I'll use my sweet sorbet for the inside. This sweet works so well to hold. It keeps things from wiggling around, which is what I love about it. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, make sure I'm at least mostly straight, like so. Clean up my stamp. You always want to clean your stamps. Even if they have a little tinge of red, which this will, they still work so well you will never see it. Doesn't affect their use. So you'll always be the one for me. And then, did I pick? Oh yes, I did. It's gotten a little dirty, but when it goes to the mail, no one will know, right? So, since they don't take very good care of our stamped items, I'm going to put my stem here. I grabbed from this same stamp set the leaves, and I've got some lemon lime twist. Ink it up, and I'm just going to stick a little flower down here on the lower section. Clean that up, and then put that away. And grab out again sweet sorbet. You kind of just have, it's so easy to forget about your envelope. Whoa! This would be a good hint to see if I can make it look good. Yay! See, photopolymer stamps are just so awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. I hope that you've enjoyed my quick fun fold card using the Be My Valentine suite of products. You can find all the information out. Everything that I used will be in the description of this video. If you haven't liked and shared or subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate it if you did. And until next time, we'll see you soon.